All right, y'all, what is up? We are going to be playing ourselves my favorite deck of the format. It is an absolute nasty deck that does things that I feel shouldn't really be allowed in standard. I think this is definitely one of the best decks in the format. I believe it to be the very best. I think it's that S tier, and then I think there's like 3 or 4 tier 1 decks right below it. I've figured, I'm still changing a lot of cards, still figuring things out, but kind of the main thing I'm trying here is Quantum Riddler. And Quantum Riddler, I feel like I could write a full book on this card in this deck because it does so many things. A couple of the things, the main things. Number one, you can warp it into play. I know, shocking. Or you can cast it. All right, that is not my 2 examples. But you can warp it into play, draw your card, and then it conveniently has 4 power to harmonize with Winter Night Stories. You can warp it into play if you already have the Soul Cauldron VV stuff going. Put VV counter onto it. Then essentially it nets you 3. I warp this more than I do anything. It's a thing where I warp first to kind of do this combo style thing with the deck. And then late game, after I've ran out of gas, I've depleted my resources, then you play the Quantum Riddler for the front, or you have that insane amount of extra mana that you have from VV turns where you can kind of just cast it and it's just a good, powerful creature. I've had opportunities where I warped it into play and then I gave my stuff haste with this. It just really, really does some nasty things where its baseline is 2 mana, draw a card, which is not good enough for like the early game. Profs is always going to be a better turn 2 play. But it's that solid turn 3, maybe turn 4 play where it really puts it over the edge. And then if you got nothing to do on 2, it's not the absolute worst to just draw a card and put it into the exile. So other than that, not a lot of changes. I do have another Quantum Riddler down here in the sideboard. I'm adding a couple more Broadside Barrage as I think Roaring Furnace is good, but if you have too many of that card and you were to mulligan or something, all of a sudden you're not killing big creatures very effectively. So I'm really liking the 2 Barrage, 2 Roaring Furnace. You're going to see a lot of 2-ofs in this because this deck draws so many cards that if you can draw some of your 1-ofs, your 2-ofs, and they have higher impact than, let's say one of these cards that's a 4-of, that's pretty good for the deck. Outside of that, I have another kind of sideboard plan that I'm going to try out if we play against other Izzet decks. And being able to transition into this deck when you're on the draw. On the play, you want to just do your thing, try to be all in as possible. But on the draw, I've been going to a very reactive Quantum Riddler style deck where I take out Makos, I bring in all my interaction, and I kind of just turn into a Riddler control deck that can also pop off with VV at any point. It's been working for me pretty well last night. I went a solid 6-0 with this deck, 3 mirrors, where I won all my games on the draw, which I thought was pretty cool. So still a work in progress, but I'm trying it out. So if you're interested in this deck as much as I am, there's a Patreon below, a description below if you're watching this on YouTube, or ! Patreon if you're watching this live. And you can come on in as we explore, talk about different things, and then eventually I'll be writing a sideboard guide and an article for this deck to really, help out with people's RCQs. Plus, it's what I'm going to play for my RCQs, as this deck is just so much fun to play, y'all. I'm geeking out about it. So, all right, let's battle. Keeper. This deck just has a lot of hands you keep, It's just a lot of good curve outs. The best draws all start with Mako. So if you don't have that, it's less than ideal. And the best draws, curve in and they have that VV plan right away. But otherwise, you just loot a lot of cards. You draw a lot of cards. You find what you need eventually. And profs on 2 is one of the most important things. Okay. Too many lands, but we'll do this. Like to play my 3 lands, played on first couple turns, before anything else type thing. Okay. I'm afraid. If they go that 4-drop where they put 2 artifacts into play and I don't have the Abrade, which I do not, This could be a huge problem, of course. So it's either do we want to shatter and attack this turn, or play Scholar, try to discard, try to draw and discard a VV to then pop off next turn. That's really what it's all about, is Scholar finds us VV. Tursa, you need to already have VV. I mean, I want to try to find VV. Plus flyers might be important if I have to go above the robots. You know, I got enough lands, believe it or not. I don't need to get rid of the old Quantum Tickler here. Let's get rid of these two. Two lands that come into play tapped. And we'll say go. Definitely not ideal by any means. We need to find VV stuff. But if they don't do that, like, all right, put, you know, 3 constructs into play this turn, I feel okay. That's pretty good, but definitely not the end of the world. Feels like another Tursa turn. They can do some tapping down, whatever. This actually is very good at shutting down our Cauldrons anyways. So, yeah, perfectly reasonable here. And that's the thing is, like, yeah, we're very flooded this game, but you unflood pretty quickly. All right, and now we're cooking. So next turn we do some stuff if given the opportunity. Let's go to combat. Let's do this so we can attack with both. Doing stuff, always a good start. That's true, Todd. How are you? Okay, beatdowns. Kind of gives away our secret that we don't have anything, but you know, you never know if you're going to be attacking with a Sanctuary, because you never know what kind of mana advantage you're about to have, you know? This could easily be a post-combat Cauldron VV shenanigans after they tap us down with the net. Like, they're doing stuff. This is not nothing, but I would think we're still about to have a good turn. How can I best do this? I think it does have to be a post-combat thing, otherwise they're gonna get me. But if I play Winter Night Stories beforehand, they might hold off, but then I get to attack for a large amount. Then they could Repurposing Bay and kill me, though. I actually think I'm in trouble. Oh, wait, this... Oh, never mind. They can't stop what I'm doing. Never mind. They can't stop me. They can stop one of the creatures, but they can't stop both, is what my assumption is here. And I've already activated the ability, so they can't ice this down and stop that. So... now they can't even do anything, because they waited too long. Now I get to use the mana from both. Okay, so I suppose it's time to get the old Quantum Riddler down. I'm going to start it off warping. Alright, we're going to pop off, but we got to do it a little quickly. Alright, now that was excellent. Let's do this. Stories. Could discard another VV, or we can play another VV. I think playing the VV seems great. Vivi. Profs. Dang it. I should have torched there first. That was a mistake. That's okay. Torch. All right, let's start with this. Yep. Let's hit this. That's gone. Here's the first blue. Send that to the Shadow Realm. We can play this by tapping VV. Discard VV. Here's the second half. Destroy the net. And they're dead. Yep. When they destroy the net, that's the whole point, is now this profs puts all the counters on one of the creatures' attacks for lethal. So they were literally just dead that turn. Deck's insane. Now I get to sideboard into 4 Braids. That's pretty strong. The Spell Pierces are probably pretty good as well. Yeah, pretty good, right, Swazo? But hey, you know, other decks are good too. Just, they don't look as disgusting as that. Okay, Torch looks bad. Into the Floodmaw is fine. A Braid is a banger. The Roaring Furnace is fine. The Riddlers are great. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I like Spell Pierces and that kind of stuff too, and maybe I don't actually want Roaring Furnace. So I just want my deck to do its thing. Maybe I don't actually need Into the Floodmaw too. That actually seems worse. So now I could do a couple of Pierce. Pierce just seems great. But I also love some Quantum Riddling. I'm also tilted I have mismatched Spell Pierces. I agree. They could have Rest in Peace, which means I want to hedge a little. But I don't really want to change my deck too much for them if they have it. Like, the thing is, so many cards are good in this matchup. I can't bring them all in. Oh, let me change my stream title. Okay. All right, the double tap land is a tilter, but outside of that, you know, everything else is fine. So let's do that. A braid for the 3-drop thing is definitely what we're going to need to do. That's usually not fair. No! Vivi! You've died! That makes sense. Okay, so now what do we want to get going? Probably just profs. Could be just land go and try to abrade this. Now, let's get the profs down. Was contemplating leaving the VV on top too, and I deeply regret it now, but that's okay. Yeah, now if they play the thing, we do got to hold up a braid for it because that card is the way they beat us. Yeah. But we don't have to kill it right now. We can be a little reactive and wait for them to put more stuff. So if I can top deck a red source, that would be pretty great. No such luck, but that is going to be our plan, just to braid the world. They could have counter spells, but I really don't think they will. I don't think I need another land right now either. And we'll say go. Let's hope there's not something that punishes me here for waiting. I mean, there is. It's like if they have another one and a spell pierce and land 4, but I don't think they're spell piercing me. And I was going to say, and it could incentivize them to do this. Not that, you know, that's already going to be good. Okay. All right, so our graveyard is pretty much out of commission. We need to accept that, and that's A-okay. Okay, we can just start playing VVs. Suppose I just want a double threat here. VV! They're going to eat up our graveyard. We're never going to really be able to utilize Winter Night Stories unless we cast it right away, which we will probably do. So our turns might be a little more boring. It just might be double Winter Night Stories, go, you know, make some big creatures type thing. Zenet. Now that's something we might want to kill. All right, time to cook. Time to cook. They're probably going to take down Vivi, but whatever. Don't think I want to discard 2 cards right now. Does mean we cannot Winter Night Stars. Oh, we can never Winter Night Stories when we have these out because they can always do this. That's still fine. That's still totally fine. I guess it's just FOMO. Okay, I got it. Okay. So it is FOMO. Discard the old starting town. Learn standard. Wants to learn standard. Is it better? I would think, yeah, if price isn't an option, it's best to learn on Arena. And then once you are at a certain level, then head to Magic Online for challenges. That's a good way to do it. Magic Online challenges are harder than Arena Ladder. That's kind of the thing. So now, I mean, I can slap this on Vivi and force them to braid it basically every turn. Yeah, let's do that. Main decking for Riddler. Honestly, I wouldn't even think it's crazy, you know? Like, I think it's that good, you know? That didn't work out great. That was a nice little combo. Yeah, I don't even think that's that crazy. Like, wasn't I even saying to you, Joe, like, I wouldn't be so shocked if we look back where, you know, Riddler was a stock card. I said it pretty jokingly at the time, but now I wouldn't be shocked at all. All right, so we've lost 2 VVs. That is disappointing. Okay, but they... Okay, so they can craft with this? I don't know. We'll see what they do with their crafting. I never know what any of their artifacts do on the backside until they hit me. And, like, look what they're doing. They've stopped the combo. But now I'm going to beat them down with the normal part of the deck, you know? Like... So what does this do? Tap 2 artifacts and it becomes an artifact. Okay, so they can make 5/5? Sure. I don't think we'll be sanctuarying here. Wild Riding Riddler. Oh, I guess I gotta look at this deck, huh? Is number 1 on Mythic with it, or what? Or on Arena? All right, I'll take a peek at it after this game. All right, so we're gonna discard these 2 cards. This can turn into a 5/5. But I can abrade it. Oh, they're going to control my delirium. Well, regardless, let's go to combat. We drew 2 cards. So to push past the 5/5, we can either just abrade it or put everything on Mako. Abrading it seems pretty tempting. All right. Could also just furnace it after it blocks and kills one of my creatures. That seems worse. Playing 4 braids has felt awesome. Yeah, I don't care about the net that much. The net is a good card, though. Don't get me wrong. The net controls different creatures for Cauldron and stuff. But the vacuums are already controlling my Cauldrons. And now if we ever draw, you guessed it, the old Quantum Riddler, we're going to pop off. That's true. That's true, Joe. Yeah. Yeah, I know. If they didn't have the vacuums, I would have had Delirium there. And I mean, that's half of the busted thing of this is memory with Delirium. Like, it's completely bananas. All right. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really gonna do this. All right, let's Winter Night Stories. Easy to discard 2 lands here. I want to just keep hitting them hard, so I don't think I want to, like, harmonize the one from the yard. I don't want to tap a creature. So I probably just cast the other one from my hand, or maybe I profs. Yeah, they might do that proactively. That's a good point. I could actually do it again and maybe put them in a weird spot, you know? Where they, like, can't get Delirium gone or anything. Yeah, let's try it. Oh, that was a tilter. Because I wanted an untapped land. Yeah, I am going to just discard these, be on my way. Let's see if they take it again. Alright, I'm going to force them to get rid of these 2, and then I at least get a Tursa activation to hit a land. Otherwise, they die. Got a lot of hits to the land, I imagine. I discarded a ton. Cool, cool, cool. Value! Here you go. Still looking solid. Creatures are gigantic. Of course, we're 1 wrath away from being in a very rough spot, though. Uh-oh. I mean, that's, of course, terrifying. Oh, yeah. Well, we easily could be dead now. Repurposing Bay could be anything. I mean, let's see how many lethal attackers we have next turn, though, you know? Okay, so the Iron Crag is gone. That makes sense. Oh, so they can craft here, I bet? Craft turns on a creature. If they can get a creature and have the 2 nets ready to go, I think they can survive, but... Let's see. What does the backside of Braided Net do? Makes a construct. Okay. Well, now we're in trouble. Oh, actually, if I can just draw a untap land, I win. Okay, that's pretty good. I need an untap land off this Winter Night Stories, and then no matter what... Oh, no, that's actually not true. Okay. Well, we need to find something then. And I took out a lot of my ways to kill this, I guess, except in a braid. That's quite good. Okay. Vivi. Do think we're in trouble still. They're at least not dead on the spot. So they have to net these two down. So I can put the counter on Vivi. Dang it. And I can at least have a bunch of mana. Or I put, no, yeah, it's got to go here. Attacking, I could hit the one of a braid. But it's pretty risky. That's probably not a good idea. But if I hit it, I look like a genius. All right. Okay, not the absolute worst. That was still probably wrong of me, don't get me wrong. Okay. Yeah, this is awkward. This is all pretty awkward. So I don't want to have to discard the other one, but I think I have to. Tenth spot. I actually think we're in a pretty bad spot here now. Okay. Whew, that scared me. Ross, what's up? What's up? Well, yeah, I'd rather play the Cauldron, I think. No, the Cauldron really doesn't do anything. All right, I'd rather play this. All right, and then we'll say go. Nice. We have a nice Vivi. But yeah, I do think we're somehow disadvantaged now. Eventually their nets are going to run out, though. How's your stream, man? Did you have a good one? Playing some standard as well, I imagine. All right, well, they're definitely back in it. Jesus, they drew a banger too? Okay. I mean, their repurposing bay can sack something. Yeah, I do think we're going to lose this game, which is truly impressive. That sounds good. Well, might I recommend this one, Ross? It is bananas. Wait a minute. I'm not dead. They can't give it haste, can they? Maybe there's a way to fling? Well. Repurposing bay gives something haste, it looks like. Okay. Amazing. Oh! Oh! Brava! That's awesome. That is awesome. All right, opponent. I see you. I see you. Even when we had a nice VV, too. All right. Well, our Roaring Furnace did not look good. I'm going to take that out. Our Spell Pierces are just insane if we ever draw them. So let's do the old Quantum Riddling plus that. I mean, I probably should have Draconautics in here too, but I've been so medium on that card, I'm closer to cutting it. And I just love the old Quantum Riddler. I could see that, well, I mean, especially with them having so much hate for our graveyard, maybe Engineer is not right, but I didn't see us losing either. But the combination of them drawing that 4 thing really got us good. That's all right. What do we got? What do we got? We got a keeper? This is a keeper. You know, this is the kind of thing when I hate about bringing in too much disruption. Taking away the core of the deck is a problem, but not saying that this is bad by any means. Yeah, like, I do think it is a good card. Draconautics is a good card, but my new love is Quantum Riddler. So every time I'm like, ooh, I could take out Quantum Riddlers and put in Draconautics, I was like, or I could keep drawing cards. But I do think they're both good. I just will probably go down to a 1 of. I think it's a great 1 of. But if I ever just hold up Spell Pierces for their turn 3 and later, like, they're so screwed, y'all. This is a deck that can't play through Spell Pierce, so. Alright, let's do it. The Maku! Creature I can eat. Num 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 num. Creature, oh. So I can just cycle Maku here instead of getting the Cauldron going. I think that is better. There's no 2-drops I think I'm going to want to kill, but maybe a Ghost Vacuum. So I'm going to do that, but I'm not going to force through the extra damage. I'm going to give myself the option. If I had 3rd land, I'd just play it. Don't get me wrong, but they might have that deal damage to target tap thing here. That was quite good. I kind of want to not attack. Would this be the sickest no attack? Or the dumbest no attack? I bet it's that thing. They paused. Because I don't want to Spell Pierce it. Think I'm going to do it, but we'll see. Because it is deal damage. It is deal 5 to a tapped creature, right? Isn't that the card? Right? 2 mana, deal 5 to a tapped creature. Because this is the only turn they could kill it. If that's indeed how that card's worked, but. Alright. Alright, the Scala. Game's over. Game's over, everyone. Go home. We got the Riddler. The Riddler's here, but mainly the Spell Pierce is here. It's going to be very obvious when I discard the stories that I have another Spell Pierce, but I think it's a classic scenario of try to beat it then, you know? So, yeah, here you go. I'll play with my Spell Pierce here face up. Deal 5 damage to that. Get it? Because it's a 6/6, y'all. Oh, Quantum Riddler. You did nothing that game, but I drew it, which is very cool. Very cool. Oh, gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right, also, what else is very cool? A quick note from SCG. Hey, y'all, I'm going to be commentating this event here at the end of the month. You know, by the time this video goes live, it's going to be very, very soon. 2 weeks away or so. So, if you want to come join us here for a high-level standard event, it's going to be sweet. Go to starcitygames.com/SCGCon. Whole top 8 goes to the Pro Tour, as well as the winner gets free standard cases for a year, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but it'll be me and Jim Davis and Ailey Loney and Reed Duke all talking to you about standard all weekend. So it's going to be a lot of fun. You know what else is going to be a lot of fun? This next match of Izzet. I might only have time for one more, y'all. So this might have to be our last match, but yeah, by any means. But I still think it's on the low end of keeps. This deck does not mulligan a lot. It really doesn't. And that helped. That helped. I'll take some damage. Or it hurt because I'm playing against Dimir. So Dimir low-key is my matchup I want to play the least. I low-key think Dimir has the best Cauldron matchup. And I still don't think it's favored, but I think they're the closest, you know? I think this deck can just get you. Mostly because the Cauldron, or not the Cauldron, Curiosity. It's just so good against us. Do I want to attack into that? It's just hard to kill. It's just hard to kill. They can tempo you out. And they're good at dealing with the Cauldron. They just have so much removal. I'm just debating if I want to attack into this bat. I don't think I do. Yeah, alright. I'll be sad. Yeah, I think Pixie is an easier matchup. Still a fine deck, don't get me wrong, but... Well, this is a pretty obvious counterspell, but I really do not have the choice. Yeah, and they play counterspells. They play counterspells, they play removal. Oh. Ah, and they play that. That is actually really low-key sick against us. Tidebinder is actually very good against us. Preacher's annoying too. That is why I have the Roaring Furnaces. Those help a lot, but... Well, I'll block Tursa. Okay. So I'm left with nothing. Thank you. Sad day. No pressure, though. No Curiosity. Clearly no Kaido, so nothing's the absolute worst yet. I'd be lying if I said we're drawing well, though. That was supposed to be a Winter Night Stories. Does the 5 damage matter? Yeah, whatever. We're not doing anything else. Where's our Winter Night Stories? There's their Curiosity. Oh. Okay. What the hell does our opponent have in hand, then? Well, unfortunately... Oh, the Riddler's here! The Riddler's here! Excellent. Well, they could easily have a counterspell. So I should probably warp this. Only counterspells they have is the counter unless you pay 2. Alright. Can't get down to 1 card, or, you know, the Riddler would be even better, but... I've been loving this card, y'all. And honestly, what? Yeah, someone has a Riddler Cauldron list where they're playing 4. I don't even think it's crazy. Yeah. I'd believe that that deck is actually good. Alright, so that is what they had. Well, now I get to attack. That does not seem great for them. Alright. Excellent. Now let's attack. Let's see if they forgot about the creature in my yard. They did not. Oh, shoot. I should have not did that, because if I put a Vivi into my yard now, then I'm a big old dum-dum. Alright. Still a dum-dum, but... Alright, Riddler, we'll see you soon. I hope they just have a bunch of shoot the sheriffs, you know? And they probably do. Okay, now we're cooking. What's up, Emma? How are you? Alright, let's do this. Now let's see if we can do VV stuff. No, but that's good cards. This feels like just discarding a Mako, though. We can still attack. Alright, let's play a FOMO. Let's get busy. I don't think I need to make this one 7. And I think I'll just hold up the Into the Flood Maw in case something bad happens. Opponent's draw is very strange. No blocks. But do I want to try to Flood Maw this? I want to get the cards out of my hand, because I'm about to do some quantum riddling. So I am going to try to just 1 mana kill this. If they got the counter spell, I don't really care. Alright, let's get rid of this on the FOMO, even though that did probably take Delirium from me. That was probably stupid, but we'll get it back. Okay. That was a little unfortunate, as I can't do some quantum double drawing quite yet, but almost it just doesn't matter. I'm gonna probably find a Vivi or something here by the end of this. Maybe a Profs? Okay. It's a good card. God, my cards are so good. The cards are too good, y'all. Alright. Let's go with this. I don't have Delirium, unfortunately. But who cares? Alright. Here's these. Yep. Doesn't really matter. That's fine with me. Yeah. Alright, let's do this to strip them of one more land. And be on our way. Surprisingly, out of all this, I mean, I feel like we're pretty... This is kind of bad luck. I mean, I know we're wildly ahead, but we've not seen a Vivi yet. We're half the deck down. And, I mean, at any point, Vivi ends the game. I mean, we're still, like, 0% to lose this game, but, you know, still not cool. Opponent agrees. Okay. So, I think I side in such a way... Probably not. I was going to say like I do in the mirror here, but probably not. I definitely want the fire magics. I think Mako is too important in this. I don't like Into the Flood Maw. I don't love it. It's not terrible. The Roaring Furnaces are pretty good against Preachers. Those are also good against Preachers, but they're bad against, like, Curiosity. Oh, wait, no, that's good against Kaido, though, too. So, yep, that's just good. Abrade only if they have Ghost Vacuum, which they easily might. And then it's just how much Quantum Riddling do I want to be doing? I do enjoy Quantum Riddling, but I think on the draw in this matchup is the one spot where it's not great. Which pains me to say. Because it also just might not be true. I mean, God. So, I mean, what I've been doing against other Izzet mirrors is taking out Makos, going into Quantum Riddler control. Because Makos, like, they're just so good at dealing with Makos post-board, and they're much worse on the draw. Maybe that's the case here, too. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. This is usually my plan, like I said, against them on the draw. And then on the play, I just re-slam the Makos. But this could easily be wrong. Maybe Makos, no matter what, just should be in here. They are pretty good at killing them, too, so let's give it a shot. Sorry I swayed you, Swazo. Appreciate you stopping by, though, buddy. You have a good one. All right. Pretty weak hand, but once again, good enough. Okay, say go. This hand's still pretty solid at attacking Kaido, which is kind of the big thing. It does take away our Abrade play. But we still got a Cauldron. And then if we top deck Vivi at any point, the game ends. Okay, no Kaido. Now, it looks like they are holding open counter spells, though. So that's probably a good time for us to just broadsize Barrage. That's another thing I like about this card, is just having more instant speed stuff. Instead of just playing into it, probably should. Tidebinder's so good against the Roaring Furnace, too. That is something that is always kind of brutal. I might just have to kill that. Just prevent damage. Yeah, because I can't let them untap and counter something now. All right. Still sorcery, playing one spell at a turn, though, next turn. And they still probably have counter magic up and ready to go. But I don't think I have a big option in playing around it anymore. Well, I guess I do. I can play around specifically Counterspell by Roaring Furnace, but it gets blown out by Tidebinder number 2. With how much they hesitated with casting that, I think that was their only one. That's the vibe I got. And then Roaring Furnace this, Abrade something else seems great. Alright. And then if they counter this, whatever. That might just be justification I'm creating in my head, but I think it's good enough. Boo! I was wrong. To be fair, that would have been good against anything I played, but yeah, yikes. Okay. Well, now our only out to win this game is doing some VV things. 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, I'm not dead. Okay, so let's draw VV. Oh, target me. Come on, one time. Tidebinder has been very annoying. It's not a VV. Well, I'm not dead yet, as we can go like this. Guess we have to hit a land, too. Uh-oh. Okay. Land VV. Boo. Okay, I believe we are dead. Yep. Tidebinder got us good. That is a problem card. Maybe the card I'm the most afraid of. So, on the play, definitely bringing the Makos back in. It just might be wrong to do that anyways. Especially because their Tidebinders can counter my ability from the old Riddler. They did have Ghost Vacuum. Like, this is why it's tough. You know, because they have so many different things that they're bringing in. It's hard to prepare for everything. Like, I didn't see Preacher, so I don't really want this, but it might be there too, you know? Like, it's just hard. Let's take out one Riddler and one Stories. Let's try that. I think I'm probably wrong, though, taking out Mako on the draw and Dimir. I like it in the Izzet mirrors, but it's probably not right in Dimir. I did change the mic, yeah. Does it sound better or worse? Because it is a nicer mic. Okay. I'll definitely keep. All right, now let's do the thing. A little more aggressive. Cauldron, in my opinion. Ooh, baby. 2 great cards. Probably FOMO. Oh, really? Well, that's not good. All right, let's do this. I want just another body in play. I think it's close, though. Oh yeah, I just redline. Okay, bat is definitely not that big of a deal. Okay. Is there any big benefit to playing Mako here? We're not going to get Delirium regardless. I do think I want to boost up my Mako anyways, so yeah, okay. And I didn't want to draw that. Cool. Beat downs. Yeah, I think they side out Kaido against me. That would be my guess. I think our deck is just too good at attacking down Kaido. Sure. So holding up 2 mana. Could be for anything. Probably a Drowner. Regardless, let's start with this. Enchantment in the yard. Now we can cook with the Cauldron. Or it might be something they try to counter. Which I wouldn't care about that much. Or I could cycle a Mako. Alright, I think I got it. I think I got it. Is that even good? Yeah, I think this is the better play. Alright, I'm going to cycle. That way I get a counter here, and then I get 2 counters on FOMO. That way if they have a Drowner, they don't get to kill anything. My other play I was thinking is let them Drowner, and then cycle and, you know, get some value there, but... Alright. Fire Magic, obviously a pretty good draw. Hey, what's up, dude? How are you, Scott? Yeah, I've been loving the old Riddler in here. I've been loving it, man. It's been so good. You been playing it as well? Well, I anticipate they have a removal spell here, but let's get busy. Okay. Kaboom. Alright. That was pretty good. Yeah, maybe I was overzealous on casting the fire. I mean, it felt like it was the time, but... Yeah, because it allowed me to play the Mako. I think it was correct, but this isn't working out the absolute best. Okay. All right, let's animate. I'm going to get busy. Sure. I guess I should have played a different land now. All right. I was trying to be cute, but... Yeah, well, I can still play this. If you eat stuff proactively, then I get to start eating stuff. So I think we just have to stare at each other. Yep. Well, actually, I can still control the pace because I can eat stuff at their end step, force their hand, and then untap and eat. And they have to blink first in every scenario here with me having a good battlefield. So I think we've done it so far. So they just have a curiosity. Oh yeah, it has a lot of synergies. So let me wait till after this match, and I'll kind of go through it as far as the things that I've been liking. But yeah, I looked at it as a value card right away. And now I've changed my mind to it being a combo card. If that puts it into any kind of weird perspective, you know? Okay. I think I do this now. And when they try to do stuff like this, then I react. Okay. Yeah. All right. But yeah, it's the real deal. It's the real deal. All right, we'll say go. Okay. A solid 2-0 with the best deck. Good old Riddler Cauldron combo here. I don't think we did a ton of riddling in these two games, but still. Maybe it's just my security safety blanket. I don't really know. But anyways, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to hit the subscribe button, share, comment below, all that kind of jazz. I really appreciate it, y'all. All right, we'll see you in the next video.